Testing 1, 2, 3. Hello everyone, I am Maybella. This is my first video on YouTube. I'm going off script because I wrote a script, but it sucks. Actually, it didn't suck. I suck. I can't read it well. This is my first video, so it sucks. You could probably tell. Don't expect anything high quality. I'm using a free animation program and average mic. Because you don't want me to record on my laptop mic. It sounds like this, if you couldn't tell. This all started when my wisdom tooth hurt. I think that's just about how every removal thing starts. And I already had an x-ray scan before, and it did show that my wisdom teeth are just basically screwed and like decide to lean against every other teeth and decides to come out. So I needed to get them removed eventually, and then when I started having signs of an infection on the tooth, I was like, okay, it's probably time that I need to get this out. Probably not painful enough for me to actually go and get surgery, but I didn't want to be an adult and have to pay for it, because that costs like $1,000. So mom and dad, sucks for you. I begged my parents not to take me to the kid dentist place they've been taking me to recently, because it's a kid's place, and most of the people there can't even count to 10, or just didn't have their baby teeth removed. How do they know anything about wisdom teeth? I know they went to dental school. They probably had to do things with wisdom teeth and every teeth. But I'm not going to a kid's dentist place because I feel like it's sketchy. There's only one private room, and the rest of the dentist places, areas, what they're called, dentist beds, are just spread around a very open room. I think this breaks HIPAA laws. I don't get no privacy. And I'm not going there to have surgery. On the surgery, they don't practice often. And my parents were like, okay, so they took me to the faraway dentist place. And I like that dentist place. I don't like dentists because they always have the metal things and they scratch my teeth. But I went there and they said, oh, you have to go to a different place to get surgery, the oral surgeon or whatever. So the kid's place wouldn't even have to do the surgery, but I'm still glad we went to the normal dentist place, because I don't think the kid's place would have given a good recommendation. Some of you might think that I was scared of the day that was going to be surgery day, but I wasn't. I was waiting for it because, my gosh, life in quarantine is annoying when you have siblings and parents who don't knock and enter your room and doesn't even close the door, Dad. I listen to my music in my headphones very discreetly because he just hates, for whatever reason, he thinks it looks stupid. And I don't think any important people are at the oral surgery center, Dad. I don't think any college scouts are like, oh, I was totally going to enroll you into my elite college, but since you've been wearing headphones and that totally means you're stupid, I've blacklisted you from every college ever. The nurse calls my name. I went to the room they had the dentist bed in. The nurse tries to start an IV line. Now, I have very tiny and kind of invisible veins, so it's very hard for me to show them. They just told me to make the fist thing. And I think the ball method works. Where's the ball? I want my veins to pop out like The Rock. But it really didn't, so because the nurse stabbed me one time and not in the vein. So I then had a bruise after that. But then she eventually found it. Then actually she gave me oxygen through my nose, and it kind of burns. But I couldn't complain because whatever. The anesthesiast came in and hey, I'm gonna put this in through your IV, this shot, local anesthetic, okay? It's like, okay. And then injects it. And then I was like, oh, I'm feeling quite fine. I don't think, is this working? I really hope this works. I woke up in a room where there's a comfy chair I was lying on. And I was having a blast! Because everything was swirly and I think colorful a bit. And then I think I heard the nurse say, oh, she's awake. And then I had to wait for what was feeling like an eternity. My blast was over. Everything was normal. And I wanted to bang on the wall like, hey, someone, get me. I don't want to sit on this chair. It feels like there's a pillow in my mouth. Eventually, a nurse comes in. It's like, hey, and gets a wheelchair. It's like, hey, I'm going to pick you up and whatever. So just picks me up, puts me in the chair, and then wheels me to whatever destination. Am I in a hospital? I don't know. But then they just wheeled me to my parents' car. I think they still thought that I was having a blast, but I wasn't. It was just fine. I want my blast to not be over. I want to have a funny anesthesia video like every other kid. But anyway, my caring, loving dad decides that I should go home. No, he doesn't. He decides that he needs to pick up his kid. Like, why? My sibling, instead of taking his poor daughter home in pain and has a pillow stuff in her mouth. I think it's called the gauze. And then I had to suffer and wait. And then sibling comes onto the car, and then we go home finally. And then I get to rest and take pain meds. They didn't prescribe me very good pain meds. They were moderate. And, like, they could be good enough for me. I think they had some sort of thing they gave me at the surgery. And my parents were saying, hey, that's not strong enough for you. So they just gave me a bit stronger thingy. And that was fine. But I had still had pain after, like, a week. Because I think I did something wrong with the eating thing they described to me. But my parents didn't want me to stay on the unprescribed thing any longer. But my overall experience, it's fine. It sucks for a week, and then, like, it starts not sucking eventually. Don't eat any solid food. Don't try and eat a pizza on your 7th day, because I did that. Even though I thought I was being careful, I think I dislodged a clock, because recovery was stunted for another week. It sucked. But, you know what? It's fine. I'm fine. I have bumps on the back of my teeth. They took out all 4. It's not bad. That's all I have to say. If you're gonna get your wisdom teeth out, it's gonna be fine. It's not the end of the world. And if the place doesn't give you a local anesthetic, go to another place, because I wouldn't want to be awake, and I don't think they're taking enough care for you, because no one wants to be awake during that kind of procedure. Maybe if there's like one wisdom teeth out, but I recommend the local anesthetic, because you're knocked out. And you get to have a blast for 1 minute after you wake up. That's it. Like and subscribe, because this is my first video, and bye.